any closer. Identify yourself.
Holy shit. You actually found me.
I am glad we have a moment. I am having trouble maintaining my composure. Finding myself in Dasra has been overwhelming. That is a complicated question. No. I was not. After everything that we have been through recently, I worried I might never see this place again. For that I am grateful. If only this were just about me. The Great Serpent has always demanded much of us, as individuals, and as the whole of House Varun. But to see what has transpired here, it is hard to believe this is part of any plan. Truly, it is a disaster. That is an incredibly heartless view of the situation. Regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Varun. In this case, I am very personally glad to hear that. It is an incredible commitment you have made to become one of the promised. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a thing. I am not sure, but what might have been does not matter. You are one of us now. I suppose that is true. All the same, I am glad to count you among us. I know we have much to do, but I did not want to leave it unsaid. Thank you.
I just cannot keep up.
I would do anything to sleep in my own. The Great Serpent has filled you with purpose. Is that not beautiful? I have seen visions of Anasco, searching for one bold enough to enter the heart of the vortex. And now that you are here, I know your arrival was no accident, but rather providence. The Great Serpent has guided you here. From the moment you found the Oracle to the words I speak to you now. Well put. The Great Serpent's works are imperceptible, even to a herald like myself. But rest assured, all will be revealed when you journey north. At the edge of the crater, you will find a cave carved by the anomaly. There, you will make contact with a Nazco Varun. The Great Serpent has blessed me with the sight, and I have seen events there that are only now beginning to take shape. Then you must make time, or we are truly lost. In my visions, I witnessed two futures. In the first, you breached the scaled citadel, but found Anasco had sunk too far into the void. And in time, all of Dazra was consumed along with him. It was not his will, but a warning. In the second future, I saw you make contact with Anasco, entering a cave through a formless wall. At its terminus was a gate, a path into the realm where our speaker resides. You stepped into this void, and in that moment, something changed. The false future rewritten.
Roughly speaking, it could be that entering the vortex directly would allow you to speak with him. And while my readings do not show any anomalous activity, I admit there's a lot of interference. Still, that only emphasizes the potential danger involved here. I cannot approve of such an excursion on the minute chance Anasco is present. Not in the way you and I speak, but in crude terms, yes, provided you manage to maintain your own sanity through the process. But this is all purely theoretical. No one has ever entered the vortex and come back. The closer one ventures to the heart of the anomaly, the closer they are to the phantoms and horrors that lie within. Moreover, if this cave was cut open by the calamity itself, then it is an unnatural formation and highly unstable. I've said as much myself, but my sister persists. It may save us more time to inspect the cave than to continue these arguments.
You may not realize it now, dear brother, but our goals are one and the same. No, it was born from the incident itself, but I believe it is there. And what is faith but to give form to the formless? As a herald, it is my duty to make real what is unseen. It was a winding cave, scattered with walls of dark energy. At the end, a rip in the fabric of reality. In my vision, I saw you step forward, slowly, following the sound of Anasco's voice. I could hear him calling to you in the distance. His words were jumbled, but as you drew closer, they started to assemble. I was thrust out of the vision before I could see the end. I will let you go then. But I endeavor you to make time as the great serpent wills. Have you reconsidered my request? Then you must embark to the northern edge of the crater. You will find an entrance there, one that has no form. Step through it, find Anasco, and complete the vision. Only then will his voice be heard. Go to the cave in my vision, near the edge of the crater. If my vision is true, you will find my scrying ability has always been limited, but potent. Rarely am I blessed with a vision, but when I am, they are decisive. It often depends on the herald. Some spend their whole life sorting through visions. Others may only get one in a lifetime. A difficult question. The original converts were accepted in the years after House Faroon first made contact with the settled systems. Once the Serpent's Crusade began, there were fears that anyone from the outside could be spies, infiltrators. And after the Crusade, few were eager to join. When Jinan Varun's son Jarek took power, we pulled back, rejected contact with non-believers. We removed any avenues for converts to find us. But there were those among us who hoped that one day we might help others see the light of the Great Serpent's teachings. And if we can survive our current situation, your presence here now might sway opinions on future converts. Of course. Great Serpent. Oh, Great Serpent! Please hear our prayer. Fill us with holy purpose, so that we may stand beside you in the void of eternity. Kill all our fears and doubts. Show us that only through you can true peace and contentedness be achieved. All must serve. Go on and continue to fulfill your holy purpose. Go to the cave in my vision, near the edge of the crater. The High Council supports the Speaker on matters practical and political. Heralds like myself provide spiritual and philosophical guidance. Together with the Speaker, we work to divine the intent of the Great Serpent and to spread his message to the people of House Faroon. And, as time permits, I make myself available to the people of Dasra for the same guidance. I exist to serve, as do we all. It would be a true shame if, in the face of adversity and tragedy, the people turn away from the Great Serpent. In times of crisis, that is where the Great Serpent shows himself most. He guides us to seek community, empowers us to rebuild better and stronger, encourages us to find a newfound faith in him. I pray the people of Dasra see that it is not a time for fear or doubt. It is acceptable to grieve what we have lost, but we must not let that grief poison our minds. It is my hope that people will turn towards and not away from the Great Serpent. Through him, we can rebuild a better Dasra, forged in a blazing fire of faith and community. It is an unnatural thing. A hollow space dug into the backbone of the world. And the horrors that call it home do so for a reason. I take no comfort in asking you to make this journey. It is only because I understand its importance that I do. Farewell.
I never saw anything like this on Volii Alpha. Need me? Bye, Captain.
I'm not sure what to make of you.
This city. I can hardly understand what I am seeing.
Just trying to survive one more day.
I speak into this void, and it answers with silence. Have you abandoned me, Great Serpent? Do you not hear my pleas? You understand me? Hear my voice. But I do not know you. I hesitate to ask, but what manner of being are you? Do you truly serve his will? And now you stand here, a member of the Promised, guided by him. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, an outsider, hear me plain. And for the first time, I hear you. Clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping into this void, we are now linked. There is still reason to hope. The Great Serpent will see us through. But time is short. The breach collapses. The gate is still open. The experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
Good to see you. Catch you later.
What an honor it was to aid you on your path to become one of the promised. You return. What news do you have of Anasco? Of course. Return when you are ready. You return. What news do you have of Anasco? It was indeed him. There is no question.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction? Interesting. Perhaps if two beings were to occupy the same vortex, however briefly, a channel between them is established.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
And that is the essence of faith. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link would play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.